Welcome to part 2 of RRES tutorial. In this part we're going to load TTF font files, which is a two type of fonts. We will use encryption and compression. We will continue where we left off on part 1, and we're going to load a font. We need to include it. I already have it here. It's a TTF font. So I need to include it along with these all 4 textures into the RRES file. So I go to the free rrespacker tool by Raylib. It's free to use. And I just simply drag all the files there. Just remember to check the raw on the music so it can work okay. And we build it, we name it, we copy to a project folder, and we replace it. Okay, we go back to Visual Studio and we need to load it, and to use it we need another font, which I'll call font TTF. Don't forget to unload the font. And I will stop the music to play for being played so we can concentrate on the rest. I'm gonna put the code to load the font here before we unload the central directory. And we need an ID, and the name of the file, and we need to load now the chunk. Follow me on this. We use this one instead of the resource chunk one. And we load it as well with the same parameters, but using a different function. Okay, that's all. And then we need to load the font. Good. Now we free the variable. And we are done. We just need to draw something with the new font. I will draw it just below the other one. Font size of 20, spacing 1, and white color. Okay. If we did everything right, this should work and the new font should be displayed on the window. Let's try it. Good, there you go. We load our TTF font into the packed file. We got it into the program and we are displaying it with Raylib. Good. Now the next step is to use encryption and compression, and those two come along together. And in order to use it, we need to modify the rs.c and add some defines, so we can enable the use of the functions for compression and encryption. Okay, these are the 3 defines we need to include because everything comes together. So we save it and we build it again. We need to build it again. Okay, if you just include the compression or encryption alone, you will get some errors, so make sure to include the 3 of them. So we go back to the source, and then we need to encrypt the files within the packed file and compress them. We go back to the rrespacker tool. We use LC4 compression for all the files, and encryption AES for all of them. Remember the password, the file is password12345. Okay, everything is ready. We build it, download it, and we copy it to the project folder. And as you can see, the file size has come down a little bit, 1 megabyte, around 1 megabyte. And let's try it. If we try to use it right now and load it, we won't get anything. We get the default font, no textures, no sound, because everything is encrypted and compressed. And in order to get the decryption done, we need to set the password, and we do it with the following function: set cipher password. Remember the default password was password 12345. That's all. We need to uncompress each file individually as we load it. And to do that, we need to use a function called unpack resource chunk. And we're going to do it here because we need to check if it was success or not. So we check here. We need to pass an address for the variable. Check it against the success value. And that's it. With this, we should be able to see the smiley face texture. So let's try it. Good, there you go. Now we need to do the same thing for the rest of the files, for the font texture, and for the sound, for the music. Okay, there you go. Now for the texture font. And for the background music. Okay, I pass in the address here. I enable again the playing of the background music, and everything should be as it was before except for the true type font. So let's try it out. Good, there's a font, there's a texture, and there's the music and the sound. Perfect. We just are missing the true type fonts, and we will fix that. Now I left off the TTF font to the last bit because it's a little bit different what we need to do, and we need to check according to the documentation. The chunk multi has a lot of chunks, so we need to unpack each chunk inside it individually, and we do it like this. We just need to keep on the record for the success of the unpacking. We're gonna initialize to -1 because it returns 0 if it's success, like this. And we need to do a loop. and we check against the quantity, the count for the chunk multi. Then we unpack each one individually. We store the result in the variable, and if result is not success, we break the loop and exit it. Then down here we check if it worked. If it was successful, then we load the font. Let me just stop the music. And with this, it should be working. So let's try it. Good. There you go. Everything works like a charm. We already have all the resources packed into a single file. We have it encrypted, we have it compressed, and we can load it for our games or whatever we want. So just remember, RRES is still on early development and it has some flaws, but it's being worked on by Rave and the dev team from Raylib. It has a lot of contributors, so you can contribute to make it better. Do so. So this is all for now. I hope you enjoyed the video, and you have any doubts, put it on the comments. I hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, activate notifications, and hit the like button. See you until the next time.